Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Stewart, Mr. Prowse and Miss Hillier here to talk to you today about A-Level Design and Technology. So A-Level D&T at Christleton is the natural succession to GCSE D&T. We use the AQA exam board and it has a very similar layout to the GCSE course that you will have done. We have 50% of your final grade is your examination grade, and that is split up into two papers. So paper one is a larger paper. It's 2.5 hours long and it is 120 marks. It makes up 30% of your A-level. Paper two, usually a week or two later in the exam kind of timetable, is 1.5 hours long and is worth 80 marks or 20% of your A-level. We also have, like at GCSE, quite a big chunky coursework project worth half of your final grade. That project takes place in year 13 and you, with reference to a design context that you have come up with on your own, develop a brief and a problem that is going to be solved by your project, meeting the needs of a user or a client or a target market. The project's usually about 45 pages long and includes all of the investigations, design work and development work, in addition to a range of prototypes leading towards the final prototype, which will go forward for testing and evaluation.
So your lessons in year 12, and there'll be 10 over a 2-week period per fortnight, and they're split 5 and 5. There'll be 5 theory lessons and 5 project-based lessons. Now, as you can see at the top here, the 5 theory lessons, you're going to learn through a wide variety of teaching methods. They include practical experiments, with obviously the accompanying write-up, research investigations, reading and comprehension tasks, written work, and then obviously some smaller group work and whole class discussions. And your work's going to be assessed in the usual way through written and verbal feedback, but we're also going to be encouraging a lot of self and peer assessment as well, which will set you up for your NEA, your non-examined assessment, which I'll talk about in a moment. And obviously end of topic tests and project grades to give you and us an idea of where you're up to. Now your project-based lessons, which is obviously 5 per fortnight, they'll be in the form of 3 focused design tasks. I won't go into too much detail of what they are at the minute, but they are specifically designed to practice and to develop your skills in areas that we have noted to be weaker in sixth form students, or things that you may not have encountered at GCSE as much. So it really encourages you to develop those skills, including prototyping skills, accuracy, research, design and sketching skills, product development, testing and evaluation, with a real focus on development, which we'll come on to in a couple of slides' time. Now in year 13, students begin your NEA or your non-examined assessments or your coursework, your portfolio and your product around Easter time in year 12. This is a design and make project, which you'll be familiar with from GCSE, but the context is chosen by you for an external client. Now this obviously needs to be a real client, but it can be someone you know, maybe a family member or a company that you make contact with. But the fact that it needs to be a real client is super important. You're going to investigate the context in detail, coming up with a design problem that we obviously talk about a little bit. And you're going to follow the design process that you followed at GCSE, obviously a lot more detail, but with a real focus on development, which will come onto the mark scheme in a moment, but the development part is really important. You're going to develop and refine your idea, experiment with different materials, manufacturing processes. You'll obviously come up with a series of prototypes and a final prototype, and they're all going to be tested and evaluated with your client. It really gives students an opportunity to work independently, gaining valuable time and project management skills. Now, in terms of marks, this is the mark breakdown here. As you can see from the development of design proposal, development of design prototype, the marks really come from those 50% of it is from development. So we really focus on that in year 12 in those project lessons. But you will follow the same process as GCSE. You'll be identifying, investigating design possibilities, producing a brief and specification, developing your design proposal through ideas and development of those ideas, and then realizing those ideas through development of your prototype, and then finally analyzing and evaluating.
I'm Miss Hillier, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about what you can gain from doing DT that you can take forward into your life in university and employment. So as you can see from the slide on the screen, D&T gives you some skills that are really transferable to your adult life as you progress. You learn to develop your independent learning skills, which means you're able to problem solve and to find out answers yourselves. You also develop the ability to communicate your ideas both through the written form of your NEA, but also through discussion in lessons, and therefore able to express yourself to your peers and adults around you. The great thing that D&T gives you that a lot of other course doesn't is project and time management, and this is something that universities have shown a great interest in particular, even if you don't go for a design, technology, engineering based skill after sixth form. Being able to take along your portfolio that you've put together for your NEA goes to show universities and employers just how good you are at managing your time to complete a project and meeting deadlines. And this has certainly been shown by previous students, and has been said that it swung them the balance of getting into the course they wanted. Obviously, as you're doing your NEA, you're coming up with a problem that you're going to solve. And as you go through your adult life, you'll find so many problems that you come across that you've got to develop a solution for. And these small skills now will help you later on. And obviously, if, as you have studied at GCSE, you know that creativity is important, and being able to develop designs that are innovative and inspirational. Okay. So most of you will be aware of what facilities we've got within our department, so I just want to point this out. Recently, we've very generously had a donation from the School Association, and we've been able to purchase a further 3 3D printers. So we now have 4 3D printers, 1 in room 6, 2 in room 8, and 1 in A7. And we've got the 2 laser cutters with that CAD-CAM area there. We've got a dedicated electronics room, 2 fully equipped workshops, and then the student study area, which is available for you to use in study periods. So I'd just like to leave this on, because all of these have been comments that students have given us from A-level about why they opted for our subject over others. And as you can see from that, there's a great wide range of reasons. The practical aspect of it gives them something, a bit of a different outlook on the day from being in a written subject or lesson. So being able to do some practical work gives them that opportunity to be creative where other subjects may be less so. The fact that you've got the freedom to be able to choose your own product now. At GCSE, you were given 3 tasks to choose from. Well, at A-level, you're going to choose your own problem to solve, as has already been stated by Mr. Prowse. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy that freedom in developing your own solutions to problems. So as you can see, there's a good few reasons, and obviously the last one there, love the teachers. Well, what can I say? It wasn't written by us, I promise. But hopefully, if you're contemplating taking our subject, those will be the reasons that you are thinking of D&T for A-level as well. So finally, if you've got any questions, then please email Mrs. Stewart or speak to your GCSE Design and Technology teacher in school and in lessons. We look forward to seeing you hopefully in A-level. Thank you.